When you are thinking about taking your little ones on their first Disney trip, a lot of you probably think of one question, but what about the rides? Hello there, and to all who come to this happy place, welcome. If you're new here, my name is Abby, and I upload Disney planning content here on my channel every Tuesday and Thursday. Make sure to hit the red subscribe button down below and tap that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my future uploads. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about the best rides in Walt Disney World for babies and toddlers. Now, I specifically want to target this age range because a lot of people don't realize just how many rides little kids can really go on. Very few rides in Walt Disney World actually have a height requirement. As a travel agent specializing in Disney destinations, I like to make sure that you get the most magic out of your vacation as possible. So I thought I would share this with you. So I'm definitely going to be talking about some lesser known attractions in this video because a lot of lesser known attractions don't have height requirements, which means they are perfect for little ones. And when I was looking at all the different rides without height requirements, I had a couple things in mind. The first was I liked to make sure that there was a catchy song involved for most of them. There's a lot of bright colors and different things to look at. And there are also familiar characters because kids recognize their favorite characters. I'm going to be counting down from 10. So the first ride that I want to talk to you about is Dumbo the Flying Elephant. Now, this is over in Magic Kingdom in Storybook Circus, and one of the reasons that I chose this is because it's a very slow-moving attraction, but there is opportunity to make it a little more intense. I use this term very loosely because we are talking about little kids, tiny kids. But by making it go up and down, you can kind of up the ante here, but you can also keep it nice and tame if you have little tiny babies with you. This ride is really great because you have a wide view of Magic Kingdom. You can see a lot of different things from up at the top of Dumbo, and the theming's also just really fun for kids. My number 9 pick is not too far away over in Fantasyland, and that's going to be Peter Pan's Flight. Peter Pan's Flight is a great choice because it's super easy and gentle, but there's something everywhere you look. Whether you look to the left, to the right, up, or down, there is literally something everywhere, and it ranges from really bright colors thanks to the black lighting, or familiar characters like Peter Pan, Wendy, John, and Michael. This is also a ride that I recommend you wait for in the queue, now at certain times of the day, that is. But if you missed my What Not to Waste a Fast Pass video on, I will link it up here, but I talk about that queue and why it's so fantastic, as well as many others that are actually in this video. So make sure you check that out if you haven't already. For my number 8 pick, we are heading over to Epcot and the World Showcase. This pick is going to be Frozen Ever After, which is an awesome choice for Tier 1. Now, if you don't know what the Fast Pass tiers are or how they work, make sure to check out this video here where I explain how that all works and also my recommendations for rides. But what I like about Frozen Ever After is it's a Tier 1 pick that doesn't have a height requirement, whereas Test Track and Soarin' do. Frozen Ever After also has a lot of bright colors. I believe they also use black light here. Not too sure on that, don't quote me, but the colors are bright like they do. They also have a lot of catchy songs, both from the movie and they kind of tweak them a little bit to fit the story of the ride. And they have Anna and Elsa and Olaf and Sven. Everyone is in it. There's also a small drop that makes for some really funny pictures of babies going on their first unexpected drop. My number 7 pick for you is The Seas of Nemo and Friends. And really the entire Nemo Pavilion is a great choice for little kids. However, I'm just talking about the ride part right now because this is all about rides, not attractions as a whole. So the Nemo ride is completely immersive because it uses a mix of projections and real scenes and props in front of you. So when I was working illuminations one night, I was talking to a little boy who's probably about 2, and I asked him what he had done that day. And he looked at me with the most serious face of amazement, and he said, "I went under the sea with Nemo, and then I got to go see the Earth." And my heart just melted because he meant that he had ridden Spaceship Earth, which did not make it onto this list, but was a close contender. But Disney does a really fantastic job of convincing kids that they are a part of the scene of each of their rides. So this little boy truly believed that he went under the sea and was hanging out with Nemo, which is pretty cool. For number 6, we are heading back over to Magic Kingdom for Under the Sea Journey of the Little Mermaid. Now, this is one of my favorite rides in the entire park because it is really the perfect trifecta. You've got catchy songs, you have bright colors, and you have familiar characters. It really doesn't get any better than that. I know very few people that can make it through this ride without dancing or singing along to the music, and I feel like that is just perfect for little kids. Number 5 on my list is one that a lot of people have no idea exists, and that is the Grand Fiesta Tour starring the 3 Caballeros in the Mexico Pavilion over at Epcot. Now, I chose this one because, first of all, this never has much of a wait. I've never seen the line longer than 10 minutes, which is really saying something, considering I've been there over holidays and such. But this is a super colorful attraction. Donald Duck is in it, along with the other 2 Caballeros, whose names I don't know. I think one is named Jose, but I'm not really sure. Anyway, I don't go on this ride all that often, but when I do, it is super colorful, the music is super fun, it's much like the Coco music, and there are also fireworks. There are not real fireworks, but they are pretend, but the kids don't know the difference. So this is a really fun ride for the kids, super upbeat, super happy, super bright, great choice for little ones. If you've been around my channel for any particular length of time, then you're not going to be surprised by number 4 on my list, and that is the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh over in Fantasyland in Magic Kingdom. Pooh is a great choice for little ones because Pooh is such a classic character. The other thing that's really great about this ride is that all of the scenes are really close to you. So it really makes your little one feel like you are part of the story and part of the ride. Their favorite characters, whether it be Kanga and Roo or Owl and Piglet, they're all practically within arm's reach, which is really cool for kids and helps to keep their attention. Now, most Disney attractions are not going to have a problem holding your child's attention, but Winnie the Pooh tells a familiar story while keeping them super immersed in that magic. Now, the Heffalump Room is also a really silly, kind of cool thing that's good for kids. Adults definitely think it's a little trippy, but kids really like it. So it's overall just a really good choice. They also have some different but gentle movements in the honey pots. So at some parts you are just kind of gliding along, then at another part you are hopping like Tigger, and then at the last little part you are drifting like you are on a boat. It's really cool. I don't know how it works, but it's really cool and kids really like it without it being too crazy and, again, intense. My number 3 pick for you is Kilimanjaro Safaris over in Animal Kingdom. This is a really great choice because your kids get to see their favorite animals up close and personal. I picked it for this age group because this is the age when they are starting to learn their animals and the animal sounds, and this can be a great way to reinforce those learning objectives with them. The only thing that you need to keep in mind is you do have to hold on to them pretty tight because it is a pretty bumpy ride. Number 2 is back over in Future World in Epcot, and that is Journey into Imagination with Figment. I chose this one because, again, it has a ton of bright colors, and each scene of this ride gets even sillier than the last. The whole thing is a sight, sound, senses sort of lesson, but your kids are probably a little young for any of that, but like I said, the scenes just get sillier and sillier. By the time you get to the end, your kids will think they are upside down, and it's just super funny to see them. This one is also just a little bit trippy, so it's just another reason that kids love it, because they like that kind of colorful craziness that adults associate with trippiness. Okay, if it looks a little different, my camera battery died, so I had to switch that out. But anyway, my number 1 pick, I am so sorry to say, is It's a Small World. Now, I know like half of you are going to click off this video because I just got that song stuck in your head for the next month and a half, but there are a lot of reasons why this is the perfect ride for small kids. The first reason is the catchy song. Even though the words change to be in the different languages that you are going through, that's why kids like it. They like the repetitiveness of it, and they like that it gets stuck in their head because then they know it. There are also so many different things to look at in that ride. Even though we know they are not realistic, they are super pretty to look at if you truly take a second to appreciate the little dolls. Some people will tell you they're creepy, but kids love dolls, so it's kind of right up their alley. The saving grace for It's a Small World is that it never really has too bad of a wait. I have rarely seen it over 25 to 30 minutes, and usually it's about 15. It is a rather long ride though, so if you are potty training, I would highly recommend that you hit the Tangled bathrooms right next door before getting in line, because you may be stuck on the boat for a while. I have had times where you get to the end and they are a little bit backed up, so you sit in that last scene for like 5 minutes while they unload everyone. So do keep that in mind, because that would be a real pickle. So there you have it, my top 10 rides for babies and toddlers in Walt Disney World. I would love to hear from you in the comments. Are there any rides that I left out that you would consider in the top 10? Let me know what your little one's favorite ride was, how old they were, so that the rest of my subscribers and viewers can add those to their list as well. Of course, this was just the top 10. All of the non-height requirement rides are awesome for little ones. And depending on how tall your little one is, they may be able to get on some of those height requirement rides. Now, just because you brought a little one with you to Disney does not mean that you can't get on any of the other rides. So make sure to check out this video here where I talk about the rider swap system and teach you how to use it for your family. If you have not already, check out this playlist here. It is my Mickey with Littles playlist that I've been working on for a couple weeks here on my channel. It is coming to a close pretty soon, but I still have a couple more videos to go with it. And make sure you're subscribed, because I'm going to be vlogging our Disney trip. We leave in 18 days. Holy cannoli. Okay, I'm very excited, obviously. But I'm going to be vlogging the entire trip, including opening day of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge and the Food and Wine Festival, at which the Plain White Tees are performing, and I'm fangirling and so excited. So you definitely don't want to miss any of that. Make sure to hit the red subscribe button down below and tap the notification bell so you don't miss any of my future uploads. With that being said, I will talk to you guys again on Thursday with my next video. Bye!